All right, hey guys, welcome. Give you guys a minute to hop on.
What's happening today, Lee? Where are you? Where do we find you
I'm in
today?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Dan, muted is where Dan
Gold
is.
Coast, Australia. No kidding, Austin, Texas.
You wish you were on the Gold Coast in Australia.
Yeah.
Kasha, where are you? I can never keep up with your travels.
I know. I'm in East Bay of San Francisco.
Gold, and I'm on the Sunshine Coast, Queensland, Australia. Post in the chat where you are joining us from, please. I know I can see you all there, all 100 and something plus and joining. Just drop it in the chat. Let us know where you're dialing in from. There we go. Look, we've got a couple in there. Arizona, Florida. Yes, flying through. Thank you for that. And I'll be chucking in then where I'm from as well. We'll just wait for some people to join us, I suppose.
That's great. Yeah, we'll give you guys a minute to all join. This will be recorded. Everyone registered will get the recording. And we're gonna do something fun at the end. We'll dive in and have some fun at the end, because we won't have fun early, right, Peter? We'll just have to save all the fun for the end.
Yeah, I agree. Wow, look, these attendees are from all over. I don't think there's anyone further away than me, but just saying, I win that prize straight up. But there are quite a few people coming from all over. We've got some Canadians as well. Hello to our Canadians. Hello to my fellow Commonwealthians. It's good to have you on the call as well, and some friends in there I can see as well. It's all happening. Gee, look at you guys turning up. Is it a good time to introduce the competition, Lee?
The competition?
Yeah,
I think so. I think so.
We've got their attention. So look, if you're just joining us, yeah, and I might reiterate this later if we actually get more people on. But for those of you joining, well, you've got a couple of minutes before we start. What I'd encourage you to do is go and find your best listing presentation picture, or any kind of picture of a listing that you've had. And I want you to do what I'm doing at the moment. I want you to throw it into your virtual background and change it. So obviously, I'm from Box Brownie and we do virtual staging. So I've got this background that keeps randomly adding furniture and then removing it. We are running a competition today. So if you feel free to share your video, if you can, are they able to share
we'll do it at the end.
We'll do it at the end. Yep. So we'll have a competition at the end, but if you run and grab that image now and just keep it ready for the end. We're going to have a bit of a vote as to who will win that. And we have a giveaway, which is a DJI Osmo 3, one of those killer stability things for your smartphone. But yes, bear with us. Lee, what is going on, my friend?
Yeah, ready, set, go. Well, let's do some intros first, because I'm sure nobody knows who any of us are, but I'll go first. My name is Lee Adkins. I'm the head of growth at a company called Amplified Solutions. We help real estate companies with their operations and strategy, and do a lot of awesome work with all you guys. And we work very specifically with Follow Up Boss to help people run a better business through CRM. Peter, what do you do?
Brilliant. Well, that is a very good question. What do I do? It's a leading question. The majority of what I do is I am an industry evangelist for boxbrownie.com, which is a fancy way of saying I get around and I tell people how to better themselves at property marketing, or actually assist them in sort of moving forward. These days, I'm largely grounded in Australia, and you know, such is the world we live in right now. But normally I'm catching up with Lee and Dan on the conference circuit, and I've got my wing woman with me, Kosha. I don't know which side of the screen you were on to the audiences, but she's here somewhere. Kosha, over to you.
Hi guys, Kasha Brown here. I am the Director of Business Development for Box Brownie. I've been in the industry for many years prior, working at a company you might all know called Realtor.com. But now I've seen the brighter side of joining boxbrownie.com and working with the Aussie there. And now I get to work with another Aussie just for this webinar, Dan. So
awesome. Sounds like
too many Aussies.
Everyone starts working out at Realtor.com. I feel like I was the only person that didn't. Yeah. So my name's Dan Corkill. I am originally an Australian, now based in the US, Texas. I co-founded with my partner Follow Up Boss almost 10 years ago, and basically we're a real estate sales CRM. So yeah, we're focused on how you can make more sales, manage your database, do all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, that's a bit about what we do.
Cool. And so the topic of our session today is win the listing, or get the appointment, win the listing, and then use that listing to generate buyer leads. Pretty kind of standard old school real estate marketing. But I think a lot of us have realized again in these recent times that back to basics is really where it's at. So I want to dive into that. And Dan, let's talk just a little bit about, so Follow Boss is a real estate specific CRM. One of the things, that I personally have always loved about it is that you guys have really always aimed to be a premium CRM product that integrate with a bunch of other tools. So you work with a lot of other systems. Can you tell us just a little bit about just kind of Follow Boss as a whole? What's the pitch for the overall Follow Boss?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I guess when we came into the industry, we just saw that people had all these different places they were getting leads from, Realtor.com, Zillow, their own websites, and they didn't really have a great way to manage them. So, we essentially took the approach of, instead of trying to sell leads ourselves and build websites, let's build one system that can help connect to everything. And, we worked for some different companies that sort of had done some CRM things. And we sort of knew that like people's database, kind of was their data bank. Like that's where all your relationships live. That's where, when you want to do things like send a mass email, like stay in touch with people, do retargeting, all that kind of things is really powered off. You have to have a great database first. So yeah, we've tried to integrate with everyone versus like this approach of do everything ourselves. And yeah, that's I guess the way we've approached it. And we definitely do a lot of things now that we didn't do 10 years ago, but we're still trying to like stay focused on like the sales and follow-up part of it. And then, just integrate with the best marketing tools and everything else like that.
Yeah, and some of the great features, in Follow Boss in particular, as far as listing and follow up. I mean, you guys have a lot of great integrations, but there's also email templates that can be a great way to send out consistent messages to people, or even prepare an appointment if you do have a pre-listing presentation or something like that. Just helping you run that process. And not to mention, I think the thing I want to touch on before we dive into the next part, the Box Brownie part, is just the idea that marketing and keeping up with your past clients and sphere is still such a huge part, or should be a huge part of your business to get those appointments, whether it's a referral or whether it's your past client list as it grows, just to get that appointment. So Dan, do you have anything else to add on the Follow Boss side before we dive into the listing appointment part?
Sure. Yeah, I think that's the thing we had down was like just using like strong closing plans. So in most CRMs, you can have a plan for what you do after closing. This is one thing I think that really like grinds consumers' gears, is like the agent gets that commission check and then they're like a magician, they just disappear. And I think that's a massive opportunity for everyone. Follow up, stay in touch, keep nurturing that relationship. Make sure you get a review. Obviously that helps feed into like, your online profile. And then, yeah, like, touch base, regularly, whatever that cadence is, like quarterly, leverage tools like retargeting and mass emails to stay in touch, like with many people at once. But yeah, I think it isn't, an underlooked, or it's just like an asset you have in your business. So make sure that you've got some kind of plan in place, I think, for those.
Right, for sure. That's great. And so once you get that appointment, Kasha, do you want to go ahead and share your screen and then walk us through? We had a couple ideas of pre-appointment, we'll call it.
Pre-appointment, yeah. And yeah, this is awesome. Let's see here. We've got sharing it up. All right, you guys should be able to see this. Yes.
Yep, sure can.
Perfect. All right. So pre-listing appointment, this is something that we'd recommend. You already have made the contact. You've got the listing appointment ready to go. Just drive by the house, take a picture with your phone. Your phones are seriously great weapons right now for you, not weapons, I should say tools, for you to utilize in your listing appointment. So you're just going to go drive by the house, take a picture, you're going to send it over to Box Brownie, and we're going to enhance that photo for you. This is we're making the skies blue, the grass green, you know, really brightening up the front image of that property. And that really sets the tone for that listing appointment, right? So when they're going in, they're asking you all these questions about the things that you do. Photography is definitely not one of them that they're going to have a question on, because right away you've got that amazing first image that has high quality. And even to go like the next level from there, we can do a twilight conversion for it. So twilight conversions actually get 4 times the clicks on your MLS. That's huge, guys. So, I mean, if you were told anything that is going to give you 4 times the extra clicks and extra exposure to get on that listing, wouldn't you do that? Absolutely, right? So that is your twilight conversion. So now you've right off the bat, you've got your enhanced image and your twilight conversion. So when you do win the listing, you've already got 2 images ready to go. So
yeah, a huge point on that too, Kosha, is that you've actually demonstrated you're able to market the house, which is the essential tool. You're actually you've just demonstrated to the seller that I am able to market your listing. This is what I do. So it's quite an effective way of visually demonstrating something that's I suppose important to the actual sale coming up. Lee, you got any questions on that one?
No, I think that's great. I don't see any questions coming in on it, but I think, you know, again, we're there for the appointment to show that we have a plan to market their home, right? So if you come in and you've already started marketing, it's, you know, it's in some case, I guess, a presumptive close, right? Like, hey, look at my great marketing I'm already doing for you.
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and even like go one step further. If you actually have a, oh, here's another example, sorry. If you have asked the seller to send you a screenshot of the builder floor plan and have them send it to you, just take a picture of it, send it over to us. Now you come with a floor plan like that. Okay, so every buyer is going to be like, okay, now I see the flow of this. There's going to be no questions, especially in this time during COVID where they don't want to go into a lot of houses. They want to be very, very particular. So if they see the flow and it's already got that feng shui that they're happy with, that's one step closer to getting that buyer in there and closing that deal for you.
Yeah, we do have some.
We're going to go through that in a little more detail, right, Kasha? I think how to do the floor plans.
Yeah, so as soon as you go into a little bit after you actually win the listing, we'll give you a little bit more tips and tactics on the different floor plan options, different imageries, virtual staging, item removals. I mean, you guys, Box Brownie is a pretty amazing company out there that you can utilize, and it's really, really inexpensive. So.
Yeah, we do have a few questions coming in just on pricing and timeframes. All of the edits that you've seen so far, the floor plans, the twilight conversion, the image enhancement, they are returned to you. We have a 24-hour guarantee on them, but most of them come back to you much quicker than that. The image enhancement, which is the taking the average photo and enhancing it, that's $1.60. The twilight conversion is $4, and the floor plan that you just saw is a $28 edit. So those are all probably the thing I should point out is all pay as you go, so you don't have a subscription. But what I'll do is I'll drop a price a brochure into the chat, so you've got all of the prices and the timeframes because each of these products have different prices and different timeframes associated with them. And that'll just help clear that up. So hopefully that answers most of your questions out there. But don't let me dissuade you from dropping it into the chat or the Q&A. I'll get to it as I go.
Perfect. And hey, I mean, now you won the listing. What do you do? Well, with at least Box Brownie, you want to make sure that you continue that amazing imagery, right? So you're going to send out a pre-photography checklist. Just send it over to your sellers. It's just going to make sure that all the personal stuff is taken out of the house. All the things that are dirty are now clean or removed. You want to make sure to turn on lights. Make sure the room is bright as possible. Open up the blinds so you can actually see out the window. Remove TV remotes, whatever it may be. And you can find all of this and download it at boxbrownie.com/B. All right, so that is just going in directly, sending out that pre-photography checklist, and now you want to enhance those images. So I'm just going to go through here, just kind of give you an idea of, again, the type of imagery that you can do on the inside. We go through a 16-step process to make sure the imagery that you're going to be highlighting on in your listing is going to be just absolutely just top notch. You're bringing the best clear image to that property when you're marketing. So really, really important for you guys just to take this to the next level, take your marketing to the next level. And like Peter said, this is only $1.60 edit, $1.60. And it's going to return to you within 24 hours. So if you take that listing appointment and you're planning on putting that listing on the market, you know, a week from the time that you actually took the listing, you have plenty of time, and imagery is going to be one of the quickest things returned to you that you don't have to worry about.
Yeah, we got a ton of questions coming in, Kosha.
Yeah,
I might just take a breather and answer a few because they are hammering me. We've got a really, really good one that came through on the licensing requirements to use the photos. We don't get asked that very often, but very good question. If you're not aware, most photos come with some sort of copyright assignment. Normally, that is with the photographer, unless you've signed a waiver and you own them yourself. Normally, the photographer will hand the license over to you as an agent to use those photos for whatever you choose to do. The important thing that you should know about our service is we don't retain any copyright to the before picture or the after picture. So we don't, it really stays with the assignment. So if Lee comes in and he has a picture, he uploads that image to us and we edit it, the copyright stays with Lee right there. So we don't take licensing. For those of you who are asking about the pre-photography checklist, the link to that is in the chat. And I'm really sorry, Canadians, we can only, well, I can speak in 2 different currencies to help you out. But what I thought I would do is I will put the Canadian brochure with prices and timeframes. I'll put the US and the Canadian brochure side by side in the chat in the next 30 seconds, so you have it there. So yes, we obviously this is a global thing. We Box Brownie is used in 96 countries around the world. So Canadian users are our second largest in terms of volume of number. So this obviously does work there. The pricing is only slightly different. So for example, in the image enhancement that Kosha is showing you at the moment, instead of $1.60, it's $2. In the Twilight, instead of $4, it's $5. Instead of $28 for the floor plan, it's $30. So it's slightly more expensive in Canadian dollars. No different to Australian dollars, believe it or not. So we're both tarred with the same brush there. And thanks, Mike, for putting that in the chat. I'll drop those brochures in there. But sorry, Kosha, to interrupt. Back to you.
No, that's great. These are all great questions, guys. If you guys keep on putting them in the Q&A and we'll take care of it and get to them. They'll interrupt me, they'll interrupt Lee, whatever it may be. We'll always make sure you guys are taken care of and get those questions answered. Now, imagery is great, right? But social distancing right now has basically meant there's less open houses, no live auctions happening anymore, more virtual tours are happening, and online auctions are taking place. So what if you have a property that has a great story and imagery is not going to cut it, right? Well, guess what? We have copywriters at Box Brownie as well. So you can get that story maybe even on film, on camera, and you can post that in social media. But if you can't write it out or you don't feel comfortable writing it out, send it to us. All of our journalists are just top notch, and pricing will be in that brochure that we have as well for you. Now, those floor plan redraws, remember at the beginning, we had just a picture of the seller that got it from the builder and they sent it to us. Well, you can draw it out yourself too. And if you go to boxbrownie.com/B as well, or even boxbrownie.com/PDF, we will teach you how to walk and draw out a floor plan, because this can turn into this. This is a 2D black and white, $24, again, returned to you within 24 hours. You can put it on a napkin. We don't care. Just give us the floor plan. And that's a 2D textured. That's going to be $28. Again, returned to you in 24 hours. And then when you're getting all savvy and you're really wanting to look good and not just on a napkin, and you use graph paper, great way to walk it out. And there's your 3D, and that's going to be $32 running within 40, returning to you within 48 hours.
So just on that, Kosha, can you go back to that first one? If you're a real estate agent out there, a realtor, whatever you refer to yourself as, no, the before of the 3D one, Kosha, please, the one on the graph paper. Look, whilst you can submit anything to us, and you really can be anything, it doesn't have to be that wonderful. This kind of design is where I got to at the end of my practicing real estate agency career. I was able to draw this up for a standard house in about 5 minutes. Really, you just need 2 different pens, and we have a guide on this that I'll drop into the blog. But what I was encouraging a lot of agents to do initially during lockdown at the start of the pandemic period, if we want to call it that, is actually go and draw their own house and get comfortable doing that. This is a skill that you can certainly become better at as a realtor. It's used commonly around the world. So most other areas internationally will feature a floor plan, but it's something that's not done greatly or widely throughout the US. And it is really a point of difference. In fact, Kosha was talking about winning listings before. And the reality is with the listings, I actually used to ask the owner if they had a blueprint. I'd take a snapshot of that, and then I would I'd redraw that in the 3D sense, so it would come through to the I would have that as part of my listing presentation. You turn up with a floor plan of their house as part of a listing presentation, and they're never asking who the next guy is coming through the property there. So, that would be my tip to you, is get better at drawing them. If you don't already know how to draw a floor plan, do it. The other tip I have for you is Home Depot do this in most areas of the US for about $110. They will come out and draw. They won't give you a beautiful 3D floor plan, but they will draw enough for it to be redrawn with us. So also check that out. They will come out and do the measurements for you. Anyway, I'll butt out again. I'm sorry to keep interrupting like this.
No, I love it. This is all great content and great add-ons, Peter. This is great. Thank you. And doing it like the next level as well, virtual tours, right? We just launched, this is our most recent edit that we did. It's a do-it-yourself 360-degree tour. And basically all you're going to need is a 360-degree camera, a monopod instead of a tripod because it has a smaller footprint, and then a 360-degree platform, which that's us. So Ricoh Theta V you find on Amazon. I know they've been kind of short in regards to their availability, but you're looking at $250 to $320. But this is another great tool to have in your toolkit. Another thing that you can do and go into a listing presentation and have that 360-degree tour taken right away, especially again during this time where you want as little people going into that property as possible. And if you're already there, you can do this yourself. So this is the 360.
Jump in there super quick. I'm sorry. I got to plug Peter's article. An article just came out in the NAR Realtor magazine. I got mine yesterday. There's a great article in this. It's got some deeper tips on doing the virtual tours, and it lists all the cameras and the pricing. Peter's mentioned in it, as well as Jeff Turner and Bill Lublin. So if you get that Realtor magazine, definitely check it out for some even deeper tips on all this. And
the awkward part about that is I didn't get the Realtor magazine. So Lee, you're going to have to send me snapshots of it.
Do it.
We've got a few questions. You got
to know to get a magazine around here.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Obviously, I'm not on that exclusive mailing list. We've got a few questions coming in. I'll answer those in a little bit, but just on this 360, my encouragement to you guys would be to use, I actually don't care whether you use Box Brownie or not. The encouragement would be to get stuck into it. Virtual tours is not a new technology. It's been in real estate solidly for 10 years. You really, really just need to get into it. And the easiest way is using that Ricoh Theta V camera. Now they retail at between $280 and $350 on Amazon. Normally they went up a little bit because demand was soaked up. But the reality is, if you don't have one of those as part of your agent toolkit, you're already behind the 8 ball. You know, these are things that, forget our stuff, forget Box Brownie. These are things that you can take photos with on the fly, upload them to Facebook. And we even have a video here coming up. There's a video of a mate of mine called Garrick Yan, who's from the Asian Real Estate Association of America. And what he does is he puts his 360 camera on the end of a selfie stick, and you're watching it here now. He walks through the house talking to the camera. The production value is not high, but on this video, he will actually just record. It records in 4K. This is me swirling around in real time as he does this. So I can actually see the listing of the burnt out house in San Francisco that he's selling. Now, he uploads that to YouTube, and there's no cost in that. That is free. I had so many people ask me during the start of the pandemic, how do I show a virtual listing to buyers? This is free. Like this is not a no-brainer. You just stick a 360 camera on the end of a selfie stick and walk through, and I can swirl around that at my own leisure. You can send that YouTube video out to anyone. So I'd highly encourage you, if you're not in the world of 360 or virtual tours, get stuck in. They really, you know, it really is not that difficult to do it. So, you know, that's kind of where I'm at. And don't forget, while we do have the virtual tour facility, it's pay as you go while we're there. And we also edit 360 images. So, you know, we can do the same lighten and brighten that you're seeing on your screen at the moment. Yeah, this is quite an average picture. We're going to enhance that. And we can also add furniture to listings, which is super cool when you're trying to show exactly what that commercial space in the middle of France does. That's the go. That's why you would use virtual staging. And we also take items out. But sorry, again, I've hijacked your session, Kosha. I'll shut up. I'm hitting the mute button. I'm going back to the questions. Look, if you have asked a question, we are getting to it. So we will answer them all before the end. Don't stress.
No, that's actually perfect. As you can see, while he was talking, I was just going through the videos of different options that you can do. Not only do we do residential, we do commercial, we do virtual tour, virtual staging, and here is an idea, a 360-degree edit that is taking all the items out there. So if you have listings that either is tenant-based or they just have a lot of stuff, we can take those items out of there and return it to an empty room, and then you can even virtually stage it from there. So item removals start at $4 and work your way up, and again, return to you within 24 hours as well. So great stuff here, Peter. I'm going to skip this one since you already did that. Now,
sorry about that.
No worries. You guys, knowledge is gold. Every buyer and seller want descriptive copy about the property, good imagery, floor plans, 360-degree virtual tours. There's actually an NAR study that gets a survey that gets sent out every single year, and these are always in the top 10, always. Buyers and sellers. So if you guys aren't doing this, this is a no-brainer in terms of upping your game. Now, in regards to those floor plans, Peter did mention that not a lot of people in America are doing it. 5% of Americans are doing floor plans. Okay, Thailand, a third world country, is over, I think it's 78%, Peter. 78%. It's ridiculous. I mean,
74, but that's pretty 74. Close.
I mean, it's you guys, this again, floor plans is just it's the next level in terms of that listing appointment to win that listing. And when you get into it, you'll again be able to promote all of these good imageries, the floor plans, virtual tours on social media using Follow Up Boss. I mean, what are the tools that you guys there at Follow Up Boss can use with these tools? Over to you, Dan and Lee.
Yeah, Dan, you want to take that, Dan?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think it's just, again, comes back to like your core database marketing. So you've got all these people in your database, you know, that some of them are looking for homes, you know, some of them have recently bought homes in like this specific area. You know, people are looking for homes in this area. So it depends, I guess, what area you're in. Some people have coming soon listings. So obviously that would be a great opportunity if that's something you do or is allowed in your market. You could be emailing that out to the relevant people. Otherwise, you could also just be promoting that listing. And I think the other big thing is where you can use your database when you're going to these listing appointments is making sure that you're highlighting that, like, hey, I've already got this database full of buyers that are looking in your area. Here's a screenshot of all of them. And as soon as I take this listing, I'm going to go and email it to everyone on that list, right? So making sure that like you are leveraging your database. There's companies we integrate with where they're doing more advanced things like Facebook targeting and all that kind of stuff to make sure, again, you put that listing in front of everyone. But yeah, I think some of the basic things is like your email marketing. There could maybe even be some leads in your database that you could be reaching out to personally about that listing as well, if it's exactly what they're looking for.
Yeah, and there's one tip I wanted to mention too. Follow Up Boss has a great system for both tagging new leads that come in for the zip code or city or whatnot that they're inquiring on, and that is a really amazing way to potentially follow up with relevant people. If you list a new property in a specific zip code that people have inquired on previously, it's a great touch point. And even if that's not the home for them, it's just a great touch point to say, hey, I'm just thinking of you. You inquired in 30022. You don't necessarily have to say that, but if they inquired in 30022 before, you say, hey, I just got this new listing in 30022. I just wanted to send it to you. And then there's two more Follow Boss things I want to mention really quick. Follow Boss does have a really great built-in tool called a pixel that can be installed on essentially any website. And it is a great way. It does a number of things. And then you guys also have, and Dan, I'll let you tell a little about the pixel, but also you have a Facebook integration. So Facebook leads that do come in can be processed directly into Follow Boss if they're set up right.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I guess the goal of the pixel is you drop it on your website and we track what people are doing there. So we track what properties they're looking at. Another cool thing is we track like when your past clients come back to the site. So yeah, really, we're just trying to give you more intel about what people are interested in. So, again, that could be an interesting way as well, because if you send out this email, about this new listing, you can then see like, well, how many people click that email? Who are the people that click that email? Because those are the people that are interested in the listing, right? And then do they look at other properties on the site? Do they come back and look at that property again? So yeah, that's the kind of things we're tracking. And, you can sort of dial into that. Yeah, definitely we can get leads in from Facebook, however you're generating leads there, whether that's like sending the leads to your website or using like Facebook lead forms, could definitely handle that as well.
So now you guys are actually using like imagery, your database to then get leads and being able to take. Now, I mean, we showed you basically how to get the pre-listing appointment, how to win the listing. Now it's all about getting leads from that listing, right? So between good imagery and the stuff that we've done at Box Brownie, now you utilize the CRM that you have and put that stuff in front of the buyers that are looking. And even if the sellers are going, they see the just listed or just sold postcard that you just sent out to them with that amazing photography, don't you think that they're going to be now calling you to list their home? I mean, that's where the leads are coming from, right?
I think one of the things we always talk about and that I love to talk about is momentum, right? So I think that's kind of what we're going through here. It's if you use your database to get this appointment, you show up at the appointment well prepared with good looking stuff, whether it's a single image or a full presentation that's amazing of all the marketing you've done in the past. Use that marketing to get more buyer leads, and then you use that marketing in your next listing appointment to get another listing. So it really is about being methodical about it.
It's a full circle, right? Everything that you do should be able to be used over and over again.
Yeah, and it has a ramification. So the better your marketing gets, the more consistent your lead gen gets. People actually see that, and it may not be instantaneous that you actually know it, you actually see it, but the people who are better and more consistent at their marketing certainly do way better. Longer term, they get more listings coming in. They sell houses faster and for more money. And, you know, those three things are really at core and central of being a realtor in the first place. If I told you there was a way that you could get more leads, you know, and therefore list houses, sell those houses faster for more money, you'd think I'd be selling the holy grail for realtors. Well, that's what we're talking about today. So, you know,
$1.60 at a time, right?
pretty much.
That's great. Well, there's a couple more quick things I just wanted to dive into in the Follow Boss, and then we'll take some questions and we'll do our little contest. So be warned. Peter, do you want to tee up the contest again real quick for the people that?
Yeah. So if you hadn't joined right at the start, if you can go and get a listing photo, or you know, your favorite listing photo, just, you know, make it as good as you possibly can. What we're encouraging you to do is to actually change your Zoom background. We're going to run a bit of a competition at the end where we're going to vote on, as you can see with mine at the moment, who has the best listing image for that virtual background. So have it teed up, ready to go, because we're going to let you all share your videos so we can see who's on there here. And we're going to send you out a DJI Osmo 3, one of the video stability units that you have, or gimbals, if you like to call them that. So yeah, have it teed up, ready to go. We're going to pick something pretty soon when just after some questions and some more follow-up from Follow-Up Boss. Do you see what I did with that there?
Oh, that's good. That's good. So just a couple of quick things I wanted to mention on Follow Boss, and Dan, you can jump in if there's anything I don't cover or miss here. But another great thing that Follow Boss has is a dedicated phone number that's tied to your Follow Boss account. So if you use that as your sign number, or if you use it as just in whatever marketing you're using, number one, it helps with work-life balance from your cell phone. But number two, and maybe more importantly, it actually is recording, for lack of a better term, the people are coming into Follow Boss that are leads. So if you're on vacation, or if you're on the train, or wherever you are, and your phone doesn't ring, then you're not missing that call. And I think that's another great thing to even push in the listing presentation, is that, hey, I have a system to make sure I get everyone who calls on your home, make sure that somebody follows up with them, and we don't just miss it because I'm on vacation or my phone didn't happen to ring or whatnot. There's another great thing that Follow Boss is really good at parsing email leads. So it's great at just taking almost any type of lead and just getting it in to the CRM, because we know that's a pain point, right? We know that nobody wants to enter data into their system. So just about any type of lead source is basically managed for you in Follow Boss. It comes in, it gives the source, and all of those things. And especially, you know, if you're a team or a brokerage, it's a great way to manage and overall see, you know, who's getting what type of leads, how many calls are they making. So it's a great way to also manage an office or a team as well.
Yeah, I would just sort of back that up. I think one thing that we see from the power teams on our platform is obviously the more listings you have, the more inquiries you're getting from buyers, right? So like Lee mentioned, using that phone number, you can really make sure that you're capitalizing on all that kind of like inbound marketing. I think what happens a lot when people have external phone systems, or obviously like if you just had an office phone system and then, you know, now you're not in the office, what happens is people call, they don't leave a voicemail, and there's no great system for getting back to them. So yeah, just tracking all those inbound valuable leads in your CRM, I think just for some businesses, just like instant money, basically, because it's like people, super hot leads, people that want to do business with you, they're calling you. You just got to make sure like you're not missing any, including the people that don't leave voicemails. And so the benefit of tying it into the CRM is, yeah, it just becomes like foolproof to not miss those. And then obviously you get all the benefits of like caller ID from, you know, your CRM and stuff like that as well.
Man, this is good stuff, you guys. Like we've talked about all like the wonderful things that Follow Up Boss does. We've talked about the great things that boxbrownie.com does. And just to kind of like give you something for free, just let me go into this. Boxbrownie.com is a no subscription, no minimum use, pay as you go. You would sign up. Here's our website. You would just sign up in the upper right-hand corner. and we have a promo code. So you're going to enter that gift card or promo code in there. You're going to put in Follow Up Boss, all capitals, just for you guys attending and being here. Our gift to you to say thank you for taking the time to spend your time with us and listen to this great webinar talking about Box Brownie as well as Follow Up Boss. So Follow Up Boss, you're just going to put that in that promo code. And here, if you want to just take a screenshot of this or put your camera up to this, that goes directly to our brochure at boxbrownie.com. And then Follow Up Boss is also what? Giving away a 14-day free trial. So you've got unlimited texting, calls, emails, integrated calendar appointments, 40+ integrations. You can read it, you guys. So these are our way of saying thank you for being here and spending your time with us. So I'm going to stop sharing now, and we can go in and talk about like the cool giveaways and answer any questions that you guys might have.
I think we do giveaways. I think we do the giveaway now, maybe, because we're gonna have some logistics. Peter and I discovered that we maybe should have tested the giveaway first.
Nah, it's overrated.
I think if people will, I know 2 people have their hands up to maybe ask questions, but if people will bring their hands up, we can bring you on screen.
Yeah. So
and then you can share your background.
Those of you who are concerned about the background, just it's all good. We're going to allow you to share your background in a second. You'll have to turn your videos on, and then all of a sudden we will talk you through how to add a virtual background if you've never done it before, so we can select this winner. Correct, Lee? Where are they?
That's here we go. Ready, set, go.
I can see them all. They're all coming. Barbara Baker. How do I try the free 14 days for Follow Up Bus? Great question. Hey, welcome.
There's a website.
That's a nice listing.
Kearney, look at you guys. Matt Fogel. I'm hoping I'm not butchering your last names. I probably am. But to be fair, if you had a crack at mine, you'd butcher that as well.
That's good.
Look at the we've got action. Matt's talking to us. Get out of town.
Yeah.
Where are you from, Matt?
I'm from California.
California. Good to
Southern
hear.
California.
G'day from across that big blue ocean.
Yeah.
On the other side. Did we ever answer the question of how people get their 14-day free trial for Follow Up Boss? Dan, can you answer that?
I just hit chat. Just go to boss.com and bunch of free trial buttons. I also put the direct link there, but just jump on the website.
So it's in the chat. Barbara, I'll type that as answered live. You can see that in the chat there. Actually, I might just copy it through to the type answer, and we're done. Hopefully that's gone in.
Now, as people are like pulling this up, we also, Lee, don't forget about doing that poll on different things that we want to do as well. So go ahead.
Peter, do you want to walk people through how to switch their background if they need help with that?
Yep. Yeah, for sure. So look, I'm a Mac user, but on a PC, it's very, very similar. You're going to have something called settings or preferences under your Zoom options menu. Go to select that. On most of the new computers, and I say most, there will be some that you're unable to do this on. So I apologize, but you need to update your computer. But when you go to the zoom.us and you hit the preferences button, you will get settings that open up. They are general, video, audio, share screen, and one of them is backgrounds and filters. And what backgrounds and filters allows you to do is upload an image into there. As you can see with mine, I'm changing to show you, if I zoom back out, staging before and afters that happen. So that is how you add a virtual background. I see there are people having issues connecting cameras. Again, that's in the video setting, but the virtual background, Bill's figured it out. McLean's figured it out. Lee's figured it out. In fact, I can't even see Lee. Lee Kerr has disappeared into his virtual background. Michael Kearns has figured it out. Ross has figured it out. Some very good listings that we're flicking between. Heather has figured it out. Todd, I'm just seeing you. I'm assuming that that's the background behind you, and we're getting some people join. So look, let me know. It is different for every computer, and I'm not with Zoom technical support. but I'll try and talk you through it as best I can.
I am loving these photos though. These
Yeah,
are
there's
great.
some-
I kind of want to know where a few of these houses are so I can I want to go look at it. McLean's awesome. Andros.
I've already picked one that I'm a big fan of. But
Yeah, do we want to let people maybe just say a quick intro so we can see it big on the screen, unless you're
Oh.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, go McLean. Tell us where you're from. G'day.
How you doing? McLean Smith with Boulder Home Source Remax Alliance. We're here in Boulder, Colorado.
Boulder, what a terrible place to live.
Yeah, right.
How dare you? Bill Tierney, where are you from, mate?
I'm on the coast, just south of Boston, home to the 3 and 5 New England Patriots.
Very, very nice. It's like New England territory. I'm sorry about that. But is that in the Cape Cod area? How's my geography?
Halfway from Boston to the bridges on Cape Cod.
Yeah, rightio. I've spent a bit of time down in that area, but yeah, some beautiful houses there. John Deptulski. I'm not sure if I've got that right, but how are you going? Can you unmute your mic and say g'day?
There we go. Hey, how are you?
Where are you from?
From Connecticut, Milford, Connecticut.
Very, very nice. Very nice. Thanks for joining us. Andra Arnold. Is it Andrea or Andra? It's Andra.
It's Andra.
Apologies for
That's
butchering
okay.
that. Where are you from?
I'm like too big. I'm from Guelph, Ontario.
I know. The thing is, to get perspective.
Like, look, now you can see it there. It's much better. There, everybody.
It's very nice. It's very nice. Michael
Love
Kearns, tell me about yours, Michael.
There we go. I got unmuted. This is actually up in Evergreen, Colorado, and I put it into the chat, but the big thing is that right about here, the owners had an old Subaru that it broke down the day of the photo shoot.
I recognize this house, Michael.
We couldn't get the car because as you go over this way, the driveway goes uphill, so we couldn't get it out. So Box Brownie got rid of the car for $8.
Yeah. and mate, the giveaway, that's actually a Twilight conversion, isn't it? You did.
It is,
that.
yeah. So I guess it cost me. I think it was $12 total to get rid of the car and get the better Sky.
Very nice, very nice. I see what you've done there. That's almost like bribing the judges, Michael. It's almost like bribing. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to step out of this because now it's going to be influenced. I might have to get Lee to pick one.
Well, I think all the other people are going to be like, "Ooh, we can make our photos even better by adding Box Brownie in there." Even though they look great.
Right. Lindsay, is yours an actual virtual background? It looks like a cat. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's actually a client's bathroom shower curtain, and I wish I had my green screen.
Really?
It actually is a cat with a taco down in the bottom corner, but the taco's not pulling up.
Oh my gosh, it's awesome.
Word on the street is cats with tacos on shower screens sell better. No, I might have made that up.
Can you add that in, Peter? Can you add the cat?
We can take out the crazy cat ladies too. Heather, where are you? You're obviously with Era. I can see the shameless plug there. Where are you from?
I'm from upstate New York, we're south of Buffalo. So
Right,
we're waiting for the snow.
Very nice. Thank you for joining. And I've got Todd Smith. Now, I'm not even sure if Todd's there.
I'm here.
Yeah, it's like the invisible man.
I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what the hell that blue thing is on the side there. I'm from Toronto and Ontario, and I'm also licensed on the east coast of Canada in Halifax.
Very nice.
The picture I took here was actually of just a vacant lot, and I took the builder's home from his brochure and I cropped it out and I placed it in there.
Very nice.
So it actually looked pretty real, actually.
It does. Well, I can't tell from here that it's not, but it's coming up very depixelated on my screen at the moment.
Yeah.
Who else do we have? Yeah, I appreciate you joining us. Thank you to all of our Canadians for coming on saying g'day. Ross Domke. I've butchered that. Sorry, Ross. Please say g'day. Tell me where you're from and how I should pronounce your last name.
Domke or
Domke, right.
Said all kinds of ways, but I can't say your name either. So
no, I know.
People
call me lots of things with 4 letters, so I don't take offense anymore.
I'm from Redding, California, and this was the Box Brownie staging. So
Get out. Look at you go. Look at you go. I see what you've done with
yeah,
that.
I'll show you here's what I looked like before. Let me shameless self-promotion. There's the
and
photo.
you had it image enhanced as well. Yeah.
You guys did it, yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you for that. I see what you're doing. You're phasing through yours. Between you and Michael Kearns, there's like some kind of sick competition going on.
Yep.
Where are we at, Lee? I've kind of hijacked this. We've got lots of people.
No, you're good. I just
you.
discovered I can only have 10 people be voted on. So I think that we just let everybody introduce themselves, show their background, and then we'll have a random staff person pick a winner and send them the Osmo.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough. Who is actually picking that picture? I think Dan should pick it.
Too much pressure. You guys are the experts. Okay. Is there any more entries?
I think we'll pick after. We have a couple of people that didn't say hi yet, I think.
Yeah, I've got one on mine as well.
Hey, Andrew Fielding. How you going? Where are you from?
I actually know Todd, and I'm just down the street from Andra, down the highway. Actually, I'm in Kitchener-Waterloo.
Wow.
And this house here, you guys virtually staged for me. In the original picture, you can see the vacuum lines all over the floor. You guys did this room and the master bedroom for me. And
Very nice.
the house was completely vacant. And Waterloo, Ontario, Bill, Canada. And yeah, my clients absolutely loved it. I thought it was the wrong house when you guys sent me the pictures back.
That's not good. Hopefully you look like the original. But I'll take that as a plus anyway. I see we've got something in the chat. Thank you, Barbara, for using Box Brownie. Oh, how to switch screens. So Andrea, we're going to let some more people in here soon. Are we phasing in and out? Are we, Lee? Is that what we're doing?
No, I think we have a couple. Did Brian speak yet?
Hey Brian, how you going? I can see you switching. Where are you from?
Hey, hi guys. I'm from the Bahamas.
You don't need a virtual background.
Love it.
See,
let me move over. You guys can see this background. This was actually a rental property that didn't spend a day on the market once it released. It was a great property. When it first released, actually, it was vacant. I should have gotten Box Brownie involved, but thankfully the owner quickly furnished it out. But yeah, this is a rental property in one of our gated communities in the Bahamas.
Very nice. Do you do much property management there, Brian?
A little, yeah.
Yeah,
we all do. We have so many winter residents, but if you need property management, Peter, Shrave made. I'm going to take a whack at it.
That's a fair go. That's pretty good, mate.
Okay, good. Then I'm your guy.
Yeah, thank you. I actually do quite a lot of property management. I did. My agencies did here in Australia. But good to meet you. Thank you for sharing that. And you just had to drop the Bahamas, didn't you? Thank you.
I did.
We're all stuck where we are. Andrea Lynn is brand new on this phone call. I see you figured out how to share your screen. How you doing?
Finally, from the San Francisco Peninsula.
Very nice. I've spent a little bit of time there. Not 100% familiar. What are we looking at in the background here?
Living room, client's living room, pretty dark and a little.
That's fine. I do know a company that can fix that.
I bet you do. Where in Australia are you guys?
Well, Kosha she's from the States. As you can tell by her lack of Australian accent. Dan, who also has an Australian accent, he's in Austin, but I'm in Sunshine Coast, Queensland, Australia. You may not know where that is. It's north of a place.
I taught school in Perth many years ago.
Right. Okay. Right. Over the other side. Yeah. Perth is a beautiful spot as well.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy your time there?
Oh, so help me.
I think we got two more, Steve and Louisa, and then we will pick a winner after and send you the DJ Osmo. We're not going to put anybody on the spot. No pressure.
Yep, and I can see it.
I'll take a picture and we'll just.
Yeah, I
can see Andrew is constantly phasing through his before and after shots. Thank you for that, Andrew. Hasn't gone unnoticed. Steve Lukemeyer, where is Steve Lukemeyer from? Tell me I can't have butchered that.
You didn't butcher it that bad. We kind of pronounce it Lukemeyer, but that's okay.
Lukemeyer. Okay, well, I still got it wrong. Thank you. Where are you from, mate?
I'm in Southern Indiana, Jasper, Indiana.
Very nice. I haven't been, but I want to go. Welcome, welcome to this webinar. What are we looking at behind you?
This is a relocation home, as we all love relocation properties. And it was vacant and you guys staged it for me. Looks great. We got some more activity from it. Still don't have an offer, but it shows a lot better now online, of course.
Is that a pool table we put in the back?
It is a pool table back there.
Very, very nice. I always like to ask it because everything's quite small on the screen. I can't entirely
this
see.
is the rec room in the basement.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you for sharing that and welcome to the webinar. Who have I missed? Anyone else? I'm failing to see any other. Oh, Matt. Sorry, Matt. Yeah, you're right at the top here.
No problem. I did a quick introduction earlier. Matt Fogel. I'm with Keller Williams over in Orange County, California, so Southern California.
Very nice.
This is a property. It's a coastal community in Huntington Beach. It was vacant and not in great condition and bad lighting. And so you enhanced the photo and then added all this nice furniture. And I had never used the service. However, we ended up doubling the activity and getting multiple offers after virtually staging. So we actually did the activity of the first week in the second week.
Great to hear. Great to hear. So the intention of all of the Box Brownie edits, just so you know, is to get more activity on your listings. So I love it. I love it when you actually. Now, Matt, I've just got a quick question for you. Are they views outside that window there? What's outside that window behind you?
That is the patio, I believe.
And so there's a white. Am I correct in saying there's a white haze over that? It's the way the photo's been shot. Did you use a professional?
I did use a professional, yes.
Well, there's one thing I'd encourage you to ask that person is if they are able to bracket the images and expose the exteriors. So in a lot of the pictures, I see it in Andras as well. Andras, the windows are not exposed. It is actually really easy to do it as a photographer. And the other thing I would encourage you, in Andrew Fielding's example as well, I can see that there's a white haze over the window. What you want is you want your exteriors to pop, especially when there are views. I mean, Andres, it looks like there's dramatic green scenes out the back there. Bracketing will allow you to do that. We have a bunch of things on our blog. If they don't know how to do it, direct them to it. The other thing I would suggest is that $6 application that Kosha talked about, the Camera Pixel Pro, a tripod, and a mount. I would give that a go. It's $6 to buy the app. It's $1.60 to try it, but it will make that just go boom, that whole image. So just as a photography tip, I'd be handing that out to anyone who wants to expose the exterior of their house. Andrea, it will lighten and brighten that interior. Andrew, you'll see clearly outside those windows. Steve Lukemeyer, I think I've got that right this time. You'll even see the green outside those windows. So bracketing is essential. You guys call it HDR, but HDR is the automatic editing. You want it to be manually edited to piece it together. I would give that a go. That's probably my biggest tip looking at all of these, but great effort, guys. You've done really well. I'm sorry if I have to pick a winner, and I don't want to pick one. The one thing, like the virtual staging is excellent. Yeah, Ross is putting his hand up. I want the win. I'm sorry. There's one of these images that is just amazing, and that is Michael Kern's image. That thing is going bang. Especially if you see the before. I don't know if you can phase through, Michael, the before and after. This is an attention to detail edit and makes you look like a rock star to your vendors. Like I know virtual staging is cool, and you look like but you look like a champion, but they've obviously got a problem on the day. They can't move the Subaru. You've got to take the shot. Not only has he taken the Subaru out, which is an attention to detail, the best agents in the world use item removal, and you never know they've done it because the thing is gone. You can't see it. But looking at that image, I can actually see that not only has it been twilight converted, but something's been taken out the front of there. So I've got to give kudos to you on that, Michael. That's a real pro marketing effort that you've done there. And as you said, it cost you $12 in total. So not dramatic. Mate, you're going to win the DJI Osmo. Just make sure you get your details through to me, your postal address or whatever it is privately. Thank you so much for participating. This has been the best response I've had so far. Lee, you got anything to add to that? I'm sorry, I hijacked the end of this.
No, not at all. I'm great. And Michael, we've got your email also through the through your registration. So at worst, we'll follow up with you on that. definitely appreciate you guys hopping on. We'll send out the recording.
Yeah,
Any
everybody did
links?
a fabulous job. Fabulous
Yeah,
job. Thank you so much for joining. You know, and hey, we're thinking about possibly doing this over and over again and with a little bit different tools. Peter, we actually didn't talk about bracketing today at this webinar.
No.
But I mean, we can actually have a conversation and a webinar that talks about bracketing. We can have a webinar that talks about renders and how to win builders. So if this is something that you guys are interested in, whether we do a poll now or a poll afterwards, we would love to just give you the information and help you guys be more successful. So
yeah, we'll send a follow up on that. I think that's great. Ask for some feedback. And Dan, any last words you want to send us out?
No, just thanks everyone for jumping on and participating. Yeah, I thought the Taco the cat was a strong entry. I had to agree though. I think Michael's old Subaru story took the cake there.
Yeah, it's hard to beat that. Lindsay, that cat was awesome.
Yeah.
Don't give up. Crazy pitches can win just as well.
McLean's, I just want to buy the house. Like that's just Boulder, Colorado. Come on.
Yeah, that was
amazing.
And the guy in the Bahamas, that was crazy, Brian. That's ridiculous. Thank you all. Thanks for everyone being on here. Do we have anything to add to that? Have we got a poll happening?
No, I think we're good. We'll push out afterwards.
I do have a question from Mike Fowler. When I send you bracketed images for editing, do you need all 3 images? Yes, Mike, we do. If you're still on, Mike, we will need all 3 images. You can actually bracket between 3 and 26 if you want. We accept a maximum of 8, so between 3 and 8 images. But I'll type that answer in.
Perfect. You guys, I think this was a win-win and all around. I think a lot of people got a lot of tools out of it. Again, hopefully you guys are implementing some of the things that we talked about to not only get the listing appointment, but to win those listings and of course, get those leads afterwards from those listings. So thanks so much for being here. You guys are awesome. You guys love seeing you, whether it's virtually, you know, hopefully in person, we can see each other at some point.
Absolutely. All right. Yeah. Thank you. So have a great day.
Thanks a lot. See you later.
Cheers.
Bye.